there's something that I always like to do, and that's by asking for Maharaji's Agya. Ask for their permission that we may speak about their qualities and the things that they've written about. And how do we do that? That's through reciting the Mool Mantra. So I'm going to ask everyone, if you'd like, to recite it after me. And then we're going to Bala Fateh. Vaheguru Sahib Ji, Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirbhau Nirvair Akal Moorat Ajuni Saibhang Gur Prasad Jap Aad Sach Jagad Sach Hai Bhi Sach Nanak Hosi Bhi Sach. So let's all fold our hands and सारे ने गज के फतेह बुलानी असीसां बख्शनियां वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So what I'm going to be talking about is vairag, or as I've titled this paper, color of the colorless. And so how is vairag explained in Gurbani, or how is it explained by scholars? So before we sort of begin here, I want to ask everyone a question. I'm sure most of us have heard of the word vairag, or detaching from the world, but do we know what it means? And so I'm going to pose this question to everyone, so by show of hands, let's see what we kind of think. Is it A, do we detach from the world and renunciate it? B, is it longing for the one? C, pain of separation from the one? Or D, none of the above? So how many people do you think it's A? Maybe one person? What about B, longing for the one? So we got a few more hands. What about C, pain of separation from the one? Okay, more hands. What about none of the above? Nice, a few hands. It's actually none of the above. Those are different terms, and so we'll get into what exactly those mean. So why study vairag? I apologize, this was actually a PDF. It was supposed to be a PowerPoint, and so it's going to sort of go through all the animations beforehand. Why study vairag? So there's two reasons to study vairag. One is for the devotees, and one is for researchers. So for devotees, why do we sort of want to know about vairag? I think it's crucial to study vairag so that we understand how to get mukti and how to progress on this path. And for researchers, this fits into the larger context of Sikhi and how it sort of plays a part in it, how it plays a part in maybe in seva or our day-to-day lives. And so the outline of today, generally speaking, so what is vairag? You can think of it as an avastha or a spiritual stage. Where one detaches and everything is homogeneous, where everything is equal, everything is on an equilibrium. And then we're going to look at what Bhai Khan Singh Nabha says about vairag. Then we're going to look at a couple of traditional scholars and what they say about vairag. And then we're going to, more importantly, look at what does Gurbani say about vairag. And then moving on to a question arises from that Gurbani is, well, why don't we just become forest dwellers? And then lastly, if we have some time, we'll look at vairag and biraha. What are the differences? If you remember pain of separation, that's what biraha is. And so we'll look at that. And so getting right into it, Bhai Khan Singh Nabha most famously is known for Mahan Kosh, which is a huge, you can almost think of it as an encyclopedia or a dictionary, where it includes references to Sikh Scriptures, Sikh writings, and so on and so forth. And in there, they write about vairag, and they say that it's uparmata. And then they also say it's raga naal koi prem nahi. And so what uparmata means is detaching, completely detaching not only from things in this world, but things that are after this world, so the heavens and the hells and everything, all the pleasures that come with it. And then they also say raga naal koi prem nahi, that there's no love, that you don't have any love with the colors of this world. Rag, often we see it in Kirtan, but it can also mean color. And that's how Bhai Khan Singh Nabha has translated it. So color of the colorless, that's where that comes from. That we don't We don't go into the colors of this world, that we don't indulge into the colors of this world. And then they write that the scholars have accepted vichar ped manneya, that there's sort of 4 compartments of vairag. One is yatman, vyatrek, ekendra, and vashkar. And so what is yatman? Yatman can be understood as, so again, these are compartments of vairag, what make up vairag. You can understand it as pain, where you understand the entire world is pain, not just this world, again, like I was saying, but everything that's after as well too. And how do you sort of get away from this pain? That's through seva of sadh sangat. And through the seva of sadh sangat, you get mukti. You become one with the one. You merge with the one. And what is sadh sangat? So if you split the word sadh sangat into 2, sadh sangat, jede sadh deya. So congregation that is sort of carving their path towards the one. And then there's vyatrek. Vyatrek can be understood as where you understand that there's 5 vices, but you want to detach from them. So kam, krodh, lobh, moh, hankar. So what are they? Desire, anger, greed, attachment, and pride. And then you want to adopt the 5 virtues, which is sat, santokh, daya, dharam, and vichar, which is truth, contentment, compassion, righteousness, and religious discourse. And then there's ekendra. Again, the 3rd ped of vairag, which is you understand that the 5 senses are harmful to us. That if you completely indulge yourself into these 5 senses, they can harm your path towards that one. So if you enjoy foods a lot, I mean, I do. But controlling that, controlling what you're watching, controlling what you're listening to, that's what vairag is. And then vishkar. Vishkar, you can understand it as where you control the mind so that it doesn't dive into the material world. And our mind is always churning. It's always churning. Yes, some of us are sitting here, but we're not really sitting here. We're sitting somewhere else. And an easy way of understanding this is that the mind wanders easily. Say I see that water bottle that's in front of me. I see that it's in front of me, and then my mind says, well, I can go get it. And then my mind accepts that I can go get it. And then once I do that, I go there, I grab it, and my ego tells me, well, I can pick it up, and I can control it, and I can do whatever I want with it. So vairag is not even letting your mind going into that thought that, well, that water bottle is there. So that's what vairag is. And so what do traditional sources say? Well, we first need to sort of look into why even look at traditional sources. Why not just look at Western scholars and what they say? A reason to look at what traditional sources say is because they impact and even control what the general Sikh population believes and how they practice Sikhi. And so that is a reason to look at traditional sources. And one of those traditional sources is Bhai Khan Singh Nabha. In Adhyatam Prakash, he writes, Brahma Indra Adla Hot Dek Tar Pog Kak Best Samje Gana Vairag Te Log. And what that means is Brahmpuri to lake Indrapuri tak. So from the Brahmaloks, the heavens, all the heavens, including these worlds, all of those produce pleasures. So all of them give us some sort of pleasure. Kak best samajhe gana vairag te log. That you need to understand these as kak best. Kak best means bird droppings. Jakandi vit. Understand it as that. And once you understand it as being all these pleasures being equivalent to that bird dropping, those are vairag te log. That those people are the true sadhus. Those people are the real vairagis. And then Sant Baba Gurbachan Singh Ji Khalsa, in their Japji Sahib Tika, they write Tar Tibar, Tar Tam Vairag. Again, the same idea. And what they say is, just how bird droppings are seen as filth, we should see the pleasures of this world as filth as well too. And then once you accept that, and once you detach from those pleasures and those materials, and even people, that is vairag. Tartam vairag. And so now, what does Gurbani say? Often when I was growing up, I was told that Slok Mahalla Nava or Twa Prasad Suye is a vairag mai bani. What does that mean? It means that it induces or it brings up vairag in someone. That you want to detach from the world when you're reading these baniya and you understand them. However, to understand vairag, we need to look at certain Gurbani panktiyan, certain lines from Gurbani, and see what they say. So Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, they say, Sahaj vairag, sahje hi hasana, sahje chup, sahje hi japana. So sahaj can be a difficult word to translate into English. How I would sort of explain it is that this oneness, almost calm, even sometimes you can use the word chill. When you're in that state, that's what sahaj is. And so Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji, they're saying sahaj vairag, that in sahaj is vairag, that in sahaj, those people, those Gurmukhs, they laugh. So you don't get too happy, you don't get too sad. Sahje chup, sahje hi japana, that you stay quiet. In sahaj, you're not talking too much, you're not completely quiet either. And then sahje hi japana, and you meditate on that one, in that state of mind. And then Bhai Gurdas ji, in their Varran, they write, Thoda savna khavna, thoda bolan, gurmat pai. So in that sahaj, what they're saying is, you thoda savna, that you sleep less, thoda savna khavna, that you eat less, thoda bolan, that you speak less, gurmat pai. So through all of this, gurmat nu palan neya, that the Guru's mat, that the Guru's wisdom, you obtain it. And you move towards that one. Sri Guru Amar Das Ji, they then go on to write, Jo jan marhe, apna se porkh vairagi ram. Jo man marhe apna se porkh vairagi ram. Se jan vairagi sach liv lagi, apna aap pashaniya. That jede jan, that those people that kill their mind, how we were talking about not even letting your mind conjure up that thought. That if you kill your mind, say porkh vairagi ram, that those people are the real vairagis. Se jan vairagi sach liv lagi. And those vairagis, those people, they put their attention or their consciousness on that sach, on that truth. Apna aap pashane, and they know their true self. So our true self isn't this body. Our true self is something else. And so, from this, does Gurbani agree with the translations or the definitions given by Bhai Khan Singh Nabha, Sant Baba Gurbachan Singh Ji, and so on? I would argue yes. However, there's a question that sort of arises from it. If there is so much pain in this world, why don't we become a jogi? Why don't we become a sannyasi or a person that leaves the house? So what does Guru Maharaj say about a householder? Sri Guru Amar Das Ji say, Eho vis sansar tum dekhde, Eho har ka roop hai, har roop nadri aaya. That this entire world that someone sees, or that one sees, that it's a form of Hari, it's a form of God. I wouldn't use the term God, sorry, that kind of slipped, because that's sort of Western understanding of Vaheguru. And so, Eho visansar tum dekhde, Eho har ka roop hai, har roop nadri. Then all you see is Vaheguru. However, there's another way of understanding this pankti as well too. Vis can mean poison. So this entire world that you see that is poison, it is also the roop of Vaheguru. And that all you see is Vaheguru. And so, from this, if we understand that, well, I'm gonna endure pain. Why would I even live in this world? What's the point of it? Why not just become a renunciate? Well, Gurbani replies to this. In Sri Dasam Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji writes, Re man aso kar sannyasa, ban se sadan sabah kar samjho, man hi mahe udasa. That Re man, oh my mind, do sannyas, renunciate in this way. Ban se sadan sabah kar samjho, man hi mahe udasa. That think of the house and the forest as one. There's no difference between it. And do adas, renunciate in your mind. And then Sukhwinder Singh and Kamala Nair, they wrote a book called Socially Involved Renunciate. And it's looking at Sikh Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's Bani of Siddh Ghost and what it says. And then in there, they say that a Sikh can't become a renunciate. A Sikh can't go live in the forest. That's not a way to get mukti. And so Sri Guru Amar Das Ji, the right Nanak kar baithya yoga paiya Satguru ka upadesh. That through the Satguru's upadesh, what the Satguru says, that you can get everything you want inside of your house. In the Bhagat Farid Ji, the right Frida jungle jungle kya pave Vadkanda mode Vasi Rab Healiya jungle kya today. There's Bhagat Farid Ji here saying that you wander in the forests and your feet have become so hard that when you step on thorns, it does nothing to your feet, instead it hurts the tree. Vasi Rab Healiya, that the Rab tere andar vasta, that the Rab is inside of you. Why are you looking in the forest? And so again, Bhagat Farid Ji then goes on to write about biraha. So what is biraha? Biraha can be understood as pain of separation. I actually wanted to go through all of the shabd here because it's amazing. You get a complete sense of what biraha is, but we don't have the time to go through all of it. So we'll look at some pangtiyan. Bhagat Farid Ji writes, Tap tap lohe lohe haath maroro babal hoi so soh loro. That tap tap ke, that I burn and burn. Lo lo ke, breathing in pain. Mahat marod diyan, that I twist and turn my hands. Babal hoi so soholoro, that I've gone crazy, that I can't find my husband. Ta Sahib ki main sar na jani, joban khoye pache pachhtani. Ta Sahib, that my Sahib, my master, that I haven't understood your full value. Joban khoye pache pachhtani, that I've lost my jawani, I've lost my youth, and now main pachatoniya, I regret it. And this is the Rahao Pangti, where this is the central idea of the Shabd. Kali koer tu kit gun kali, apne pritam ke ho biraha jali. That Kali koer, that oh blackbird. So Bhagat Farid Ji here is talking to a blackbird. And it's asking, why are you black? What's happened? What qualities have made you black? And the bird replies, apne pritam ke biraha jali. That I've become black because I've been separated from the one. So through this we can understand that biraha leads to vairag. This pain of separation leads to one sort of detaching from the world. And so the idea of not existing comes up, where you don't exist, that you don't matter anymore. Vairag, that's what it is. And so in summary, why study vairag? Again, twofold. One, as devotees, it helps us move closer to the one. And as researchers, we understand that this plays a huge impact in how Sikhs practice their day-to-day lives. And then looking at traditional scholars in Guruvani, again, very important to look at traditional scholars and what they say. Most of the time, it's left untouched. The traditional scholars, we don't look at what they're saying. However, they're the ones that are impacting the Sikhs. They're the ones that are sitting at the Gurdara Sahib and doing katha. And so we need to look at what they're saying. Again, so vairag, what is it? Imagine it as clearing your mind and there's nothingness. Color of the colorless. That's that force, that's that path we're trying to join. And these are some of the sort of books that I looked at through this paper. And some of the pictures that I was using today are from these websites. I thank you guys for your time. If I made any mistakes, I ask for your forgiveness, and I ask for Maharaji's forgiveness as well too. Sarane Fateh Buloni. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.